Going into our drawing templates and sheet formats, when I create a new, I haven't brought any into my new folder, so I'll need to go back to the tutorial, the SolidWorks templates, and find the drawing. So just like we did in the videos, I'm going to pull up an ANSI landscape, and when this comes in, I don't really need anything with inserting a model, and we just want to look at the format of our drawing template. So in my opinion, this is a little busy. There's information that I don't need, and my choice is to modify this one or create new. And so one of the things with a template is our drawing area, our work area, is where we're going to insert the views and populate the dimensions and annotations. And the title block is where we are doing all of the pertinent information, the title of the drawing, the part numbers, the revisions. All of that should come over from the part through its file properties. So our choice is to edit this or to create new. And if I right click and edit sheet format, that's going to get into the background to where now I have access to everything. And you'll notice a bunch of boxes that aren't visible because they have something, a string property, so a file property associated to them, that when those values are present, it will populate that information. So if we want to deconstruct this, it already has our margin in place and the zones for the drawing. So in this case, what I would be looking at doing is pulling out the stuff that I don't necessarily may or may not need. And so our specification, the geometric tolerancing, property sheets and materials, keep those kind of close together. The all-important do not scale drawing. Drawn by comments, the description, probably not going to use that one. The drawing number and the drawing. So pretty much that's going to be the title. There's nothing associated with the, well, there is a rev, but apparently it's not pointed to, oh, it is. Alright, so we'll keep those two. And that makes sense since I haven't inserted a drawing yet to keep track of it. Problem is that I'm going to lose it pretty quick too when it's not attached to its description. Let's see if we can just grab everything inside. I'm not going to worry about the lines. Get that out of the way. Bring our A-size sheet out of the way. And then pretty much everything else I'm just going to go ahead and do away with. Alright, so yes, if there's something in there you want to use or can retain, that's fine. If I bring this up and out, yeah, maybe I can go ahead and utilize a couple of those. We'll make some coincident, a couple borders between our information. And instead of having the title block in somewhere up in here, I've opened up that space. Notes can still go across the bottom or anywhere on the sheet where they fit, but now I have enough information to get started. Alright, so this would be the same method of building one from scratch that I've done previously in the videos. So if I click on the line, we're going to go into its properties, and if I look at the additional parameters, it's starting at 1/2 inch, which is our border and the area to identify the zones. And the Y value, let's put it at 1 inch, and that looks like it's going to be a little tight. So maybe we'll go up to 1.5. maybe not that much. All right, so in the technical drawing book, if you've got that book available, you'll see standards, but those are recommendations. Those will give you a good starting point, but pretty much you're going to have to make this fit and do what you need to do to make it readable. So things that I would want in here, and if I go with a note first, it has the leader turned on, so I'm going to turn off the leader. And we're going to set, this is going to be the school or company, and we'll put in our starting information. And size-wise, that might be a little big. So when I click on those, double click, it's going to come up with the formatting tools. 13, yeah, a little large. 10 might be a little small, but we'll see what else we need to place in here. All right, and then my drawn by, well, that was in that list somewhere. I kind of wiped it out, so since I probably don't have that one available, I'll wait. And we'll go ahead and pull this over. Let's see, for a part number, so this is actually going to be the title. All right, so this is the file name of this document. And we need to reduce that down quite a bit. 10 point may be a little bit small, and the Century Gothic, and you can change the font. All right, so let's go with the draw. We'll insert a note, and this is going to be the drawing name, since it may be different than the part name. Okay, make sure I've got all of those selected. Control A will grab everything. Put in the drawing name. Attach it a little bit closer. Line it up a little bit better. Now in this one I can Control C and Control V, and then this would be the part name. And since I haven't inserted a part that has that value, I don't know that I can do the string property, but let's go ahead and copy. And since it's not in place, and drawing one, let's see if I can get the values. So PRP file name, and was trying to get that to bring back, so PRP, I'll give it the quotes, and that pulled out all the fun stuff. Alright, so haven't seen that one before. Interesting. I was just going to input my my values for part no. And they are quotes. I think there's going to be a little bit more in there, so I may not have the format correct. So that's one of the reasons why we're going to have to check this. I thought I was hitting shift. No. Alright, something going on there. Alright, so that one I've got to come back to as well. Alright, we want to leave enough room for that to work. Alright, and then our part number can go in. And if that's going to be standard, and these may end up being reversed depending on which field is bigger, how much information I need to build into it. So we're going to place that one there. Alright, I need another line. Alright, so actually the drawing name and the part number are probably going to be the bigger of the two, so let's go back into the sketch, draw another line, place one. Let's go ahead and pull the material and finish. Okay, and those are probably going to get a little bit bigger than that, so we'll give it some more. Let's see, unless otherwise specified, that ought to fit pretty close in here. Get our tolerances established. Okay, so we need to populate those out as well. And then interpret per ASME. Running out of room pretty quick here, so we'll have to see which ones are going to fit, and maybe coming back to the company name and stretching this out a little bit. Alright, so the A size sheet and the revision. Alright, may not be a good idea to have those side by side. Alright, so you get the idea. I'm going to have to go through and do cleanup. I don't want to build that all the way into this video, so it's going to take a little while to go through and massage all these to fit. My main goal is, after I edit the sheet format, I have this all populated out, and then we're going to bring in a part and test. But in the meantime, I can save the sheet format. It needs to default back to my location, into the templates, and then my A landscape, or if it's a company name, then we can add the designator. And so that gives us the sheet format that will show up in the group. And then we're also going to save the drawing template. So one of the things we need to check is that under our document properties, there should be drawing sheets, and use sheet formats for new sheets, or sheet format for new sheets. Use a different sheet format, that should be unchecked. And then use custom property values from this sheet on all sheets. So probably not. They should carry over based on the part. So make sure to save that into the to the sheet format. And let's go ahead and save the sheet format again, just in case. And it's always going to default back to that one, to the system files. So, and we'll let it replace it. And then when I do the save, this is going to be the drawing template. So the drawing template is what shows up under the new. And since I called it MCC A land, I'll add that in there and just get rid of the file extension and save it. Alright, so the test is that we will go ahead and close this, and then when I do new, go back into my templates, I'm going to see my drawing template. It asks me for those values, and after I clean this up, it'll look a lot better. And then if I add a new sheet, it goes back to the default because I did not adjust to point that second sheet to the proper location. So we'll do that in the next video.